Hopefully you're doing well. Let me just check everything if it's working fine. I should have a good audio and the video should be okay as well. Uh, Welcome to another live show. This is going to be the audio is, let me just check audio. Audio should be okay. I don't know what the problem is. I'm doing multi um, I'm on both YouTube and Facebook. I don't know if that's the issue or what. Everything seems to be okay. Is it better now? Is the sound better now? So, am I too far from the microphone? I don't know. I used to be okay. All right. Okay, so I just want to make sure that everything is working fine before I. Okay, so I think I have an audio problem. I don't know why I have this problem, but it used to be okay. All right. Welcome, and hopefully you're doing well today. And this is going to be the last live session of the year. So I'm very excited. New Year is just around the corner. Amazing, eh? All right. So I was, first of all, we started the show with a quiz, a trivia. I'm going to get to that in a moment. Um, but welcome if you're new here. My name is Saro. I'm a dog trainer, also coach dog owners. If you're a repeat member of viewer of this channel and this show, welcome back. Thank you for being here. um, I hope you had a happy holiday and you're having still a holiday, I think. A happy healthy holiday, and New Year is around the corner, and I'm just gonna wish you all the best for the new year. um, and in this channel we are focused on training dogs and educating dog owners to become educated dog owners, so they can have a you can have a great dog, well-behaved dog, perfect dog. That's the goal, and I'm here to help you to achieve that. And thank you all for being here. If you are in the chat area, I see there are a few of you in the chat area. John says hello to all. Welcome, John. Thank you. John Cipolla is one of my students as well. Um, all right, the beagle is the happiest. So let's go through the answer. Let's see if we can figure out the answer for that question that I just asked. Let me bring up the picture. I have it somewhere else, but I'm gonna have to open it up. Let me see if I can open it up separately. Where are you? I think this is the one. Yeah. Okay, let's share that. Share and Windows. Okay, share. All right. So, which of these dogs? The trivia question was which one of these dogs is the happiest. By the way, we are going to talk about whether dogs are enjoying the walk in nature or on the street as well, and I'm also going to answer your questions. So, when you look at this picture, right, group of dogs. By the way, this was many years ago. I took these dogs with me to a photo studio shoot to shoot these pictures. um, and it was great. I remember that day very well. The photographer asked me, can you ask them to lie down here and you sit beside them and let's take picture. And I asked them to sit and lie down, some of them, and they did really good. It was so, because I have had relationship with these dogs. I could easily ask them to do whatever I wanted, and they were complying with me. They were trying to please me, and they just sat and stayed there as the photographer took the picture. and we were done within 5 minutes. And the photographer said to me, and this was a great compliment to me and my, my own personal journey in dog training. The photographer said, I've never had a photo session with dogs as fast and quick as this. We are done within 5 minutes. Usually, with a client comes in with one dog, and it's a it's a show to get one good picture of from that dog. But you brought six dogs with you, and within 5 minutes, they're all sitting and lying down, and we're taking picture left and right, and we're done with it. And this was one of those pictures, by the way. It just a good reminder to. I remember that well day, and anyways, so it's an interesting picture. You can see me there, and the dogs, and they were doing well. They did well. They came and did what I asked them to do. But dogs in general, when you put them in a different situation, different environment, they get a little bit stressed, right? And these dogs got stressed a little bit, even though they're complying and they're listening and they're doing what we are asking them to do. um, they're they're also, going through a little bit of stress in general, right? So I think they did well, but one of these dogs is the most relaxed one, right? So if you look closely, you would know which one is the most relaxed dog, right? So Meluna says the beagle is the happiest. So I'm sure she's talking about this one. This is Jonah. So why is he the happiest? If you look at the other dogs, let me just see if I can bring it a little bit, zoom in a little bit. Maybe there we go. Okay, when we zoom in, okay, when we zoom in, you can see all of them, the other dogs, are kind of mouth open, panting. That's a sign of a dog who's a bit stressed, right? But this guy, Jonah, he was my first beagle, cool as a cucumber, right? No panting, no nothing, like, just gonna do here, sit here, and just do whatever. Uh, uh, just chillax. He was just chillaxing there, right? So that's the sign of a dog who's really happy. Most dog owners or dog lovers, they see this expression in dogs and they say, "Oh, this is a happy dog. This is not a happy dog." But it's the opposite, unfortunately. When it comes to dogs, this is a happy face, this is an unhappy face. This is a face of a dog who's a little bit stressed, anxious. But this one is happy, is content, is relaxed, right? And the reason he was relaxed because I worked on him, I trained him, I invested a lot of time and energy on him to make sure that he was living a good life. So nothing was bothering him. He was very happy, satisfied to be with me in this environment. He was just. I think what he's thinking in here, he's saying, "Dad, I trust you 100%. I know you won't put me in a dangerous place and dangerous situation. So I'm just gonna do whatever you think is the best. So I'm just gonna go with you." So he notices that I'm nice and relaxed. As you can see, I'm nice and relaxed. So he was relaxed as well. Other ones, they are relaxed too. They're just doing whatever, they feel like. I didn't tell them to lie down or sit down. I just told them to stay, and they chose. Some of them chose to lie down. Some of them chose to sit, and it was actually perfect the way they arranged themselves, lying down and sitting. So they felt relaxed to sit down and be calm, right? So yeah, I enjoyed that. So definitely, the answer is the beagle. This beagle. Um, so Manula, yes, you are correct. He's the happiest. Um, Cynthia, turning in from work. Excellent sound. Great, great. So sound is good. Sounds like we are doing good with the sound. John Cipolla says, Merry Christmas to all. Merry Christmas to you all as well. Thank you. Um, James Collins is saying your volume is low, but I think it's fine now. I think we're good. Cynthia is saying happy holidays to all everybody. John is asking which beagle. There are two. I'll say the one in front is the happiest. Correct. That's correct. Yes, the one in the front was the happiest. Yes, and these two are my beagles. This is Jonah, my first beagle, Jonah the beagle. If you have been following me for years, you know that I had a business, dog daycare and training business called Jonah's Ark. Was in honor of Jonah, my beagle, first beagle, Jonah's Ark. We had a business called Jonah's Ark, and he passed away a few years ago. Unfortunately, he lived a good, happy, healthy life of 16 years, almost 16 years. And this is Harvey the beagle. That this was when he was younger. So yeah, dog aggression specialist. Hello from UK. Hi Rob from UK. Thank you for being here. Um, Lee Ray says didn't answer before, but the beagle is the one I would have said. It's Solo, but I thought that because of how he had his head tipped and his expression. Uh, yeah, so the one in front, the one that is in front is where is it? Let me see. There we go. The one in front is the one. Yes, the happiest. I think the one in front. Yes, so correct, correct. Let me see. Face blue, smiling. Have a smile. Have a safe, joyful, and blessed 2024. God bless you and your pets. Take care. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Uh, Shalom Gan says golden retriever is the happiest. Yeah, goldens are happy dogs. They're always happy, excited dogs. But yes, this one is not the happiest. He's a little bit stressed still. So remember, mouth panting is a sign of stress dog. So Golden Miner James says Happy New Year, Saro. Thank you. Happy New Year to you too. And smash the like button. Yes, thank you. Facebook viewers, I would have guessed wrong. No worries. Yes, by the way, we are how do you say, we are live on both YouTube and Facebook, so you will see some questions from Facebook as well. I'm going to try to make sure that I get all those questions from both Facebook and YouTube. I get it too. So I thought the golden retriever also. Yeah, I know it's kind of tricky. That's why I wanted to ask this question. So let's talk about the next topic that I wanted to talk about is does it matter if dogs are walked in the city or in nature? So I wanted to share first of all a video of Harvey. Let me see which one. Yes, this one. Harvey walking and hiking, just to set the mood. How does a good? Yes, that's the one. Let's watch this.
What is a good day? Is it after a good run? Is it having the best coffee of the day? Or is it the best food and the chit chat? Or maybe it's making a lot of money on that day. How does a good day look like? For me, it looks like this. Me and my big dog Harvey, Mother Nature, connecting to the sounds, smells, and visions of nature. This is where I recharge and reconnect to true being in a moment. How does a good day look like for you?
Yes, I forgot to unmute myself. Well, I used to take dogs to a group of dogs to parks, and I used to walk in the woods with dogs, and I enjoyed it, and I'm sure the dogs enjoyed it too. So let's see, what do you think? What do you think? Is it Does it matter if your dog is walking, is walked in the city or in the nature? I have some opinions about it. I'm going to share my opinions in there, but I want to hear from you as well. Does it matter if you're walking your dog in the city, in wherever you're living, or taking your dog to the dog park, or in the nature and walk them in the nature? Yesterday I did a survey. Um, Let me bring that survey. There we go. And let me see, zoom. I have to zoom in a little bit, I think. Yes. I asked you, does it matter if dogs are walked in the city or nature? 20, there were only 25 votes, but 72% said yes and 28% no. So that it doesn't really matter. It's an interesting topic, and I want to talk about it today. And let's see if we can, come up with a good way of figuring out whether it matters or not. Sorry, I have my camera in front of my let me see if I can bring the camera a little bit to this side so I can see your comments. Um, Oh, there was a question from Lee Ree Michelle. Uh, where are you in the video? It's very pretty. This was back in North Shore, North Vancouver. We had a lot of trails that I could take dogs, and I was taking my dogs for hikes and walks. And since then, we have moved from the city. You know, the North Shore is it's very interesting area. I don't know about your where you're living. North Shore is very interesting. It's a very city-like feeling, but is close to nature. Like literally is by nature, by the woods, um, and it's very easy to get into nature. Um, and yeah, it's it was very interesting for me to live a life like that, that you could, you know, literally within few minutes you could be at the nature in the park, away from the city. So that was where I used to take. Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, BC is very similar to Oregon, I would say. You know, we are in the same line, same area, same kind of uh, nature, and same feelings. Yeah, when I we traveled a few times to Oregon. We love the Oregon area as well. Um, I think it's Oregon is more natural than BC, I would say, in a way. Meluna, Happy New Year, and to you as well. Um, One Facebook user. By the way, if you wanna be able to show your ID, name, and all that, you just have to allow the Facebook to show it. Facebook does a little bit of a um, put a little bit of block for it to show its private, because of privacy, I think, to show its name. If you don't want to show, that's fine. But if you want to show your name, you just have to permit the Facebook to allow you to show your name in this live session. So the question is, does it matter if dogs are walked in the city or nature? And one of the Facebook users, I think, as long as they get plenty of opportunity to sniff around as much as possible, but the some city noises and crowds might be too stressful for some dogs. I highly agree. Yes, that. I think you said it the best. Actually, the core. That's what I was going to say in a way. Um, I think, you know, if we are thinking about just the walk for the dog, I think dogs, they don't really doesn't really matter to them where they are walked, as long as they get their walk, right? And I think one of the issues that we have is, first of all, if the dog is not getting enough walk, then it becomes a problem. I'm going to play this in the background as well. Um, it becomes a problem when dogs don't get enough walks. And I think if we work on improving the walk, first of all, it doesn't really matter for dogs if they're being walked on the streets, you know, pavement, or on in the woods. Although I feel, right, that I feel that yes, Madam Bovary says my dog is calmer in nature. I noticed that too. Like when I take my dogs to the nature, they are a little bit calmer, a little bit more, even though, as you can see in, in the video, Harvey is having a blast. Uh, but I used to mix, this is, for example, in the city, and then all of a sudden we walk and we are in the woods, we in the nature. That's how it was. You used to just, you walk. There's a bridge under the bridge, and it's, the bridge is in the middle of the nature in a way, right? So we could be kind of both in nature and in the city at the same time as well. Um, but I think in overall, dogs enjoy the nature, um, depending on their personality. There are some dogs who love to be walked in nature, and some dogs they just love to be walking in on the streets, I think. And I think what really matters is you knowing your dog the best and providing what your dog really needs. Like, for instance, there would be a beagle or a golden retriever, let's say a golden retriever who's very social dog. If you're in the woods, for example, and there's nobody, no dogs or no humans, usually in nature, you don't see many people, don't see many dogs, right? Um, they may not interact with dogs and humans, so that may not be suitable for that golden retriever, for example, right? Why? Because that golden is a little bit um, very a little bit or a very much social dog, and it needs that social interaction with dogs and humans. And if it doesn't get it, it doesn't matter if it's in the nature or in the city. Now, that's the social part of the activity. When I talk, when I think about whether we should be walking our dogs, where should be walking our dogs, I always think about my formula that I always share with dog owners, which is providing your dog's daily essential needs, which are exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. These are the five daily needs of a dog, right? And when we are talking about, let's say, walking, we're mainly focusing on those first three, which are exercise, training, socialization. Um, so as long as you can provide those three for your dogs, right? The exercise, if they get exercise, it doesn't really matter if it's in the woods or in the on the streets. If they get training, exercise training, next is training. It's not just to ask the dog to sit and stay and all that, but it's just to help the dog to learn that these are the rules of the, for example, city. These are the rules of the park or the nature. As long as they are, for example, just like Harvey, if you noticed, when I have Harvey in the walks, I was having him off leash, right? So it's important to have that opportunity for the dog to not only be um, exercising, but you're training. So there it is. I'm asking Harvey, for example, to sit and stay, and then I release him, and he goes and does his thing, right? So he's always nearby. He doesn't run away. He doesn't cause headache for me. He doesn't go and bother other people, other dogs. And he's very well off leash trained as well, right? So that's training. That's what I mean by training. So, and then the third thing is the socialization part. Socialization part, is your dog, social with people and the dogs who are on your walking route? Um, or is your dog social with the environment? And for example, as you can see in here, Harvey is socializing with the environment, with the nature. He's enjoying it. He pauses and watches and enjoys every moment of that walk. You can see he's literally stopping and smelling the roses. You know, he's in the in the wood, in nature. He's smelling all those good stuff that happens in nature, and he's enjoying that environment. If your dog is not enjoying the environment that you're providing, whether it's the city or the nature, then you have to reconsider where you're walking your dog. You know, just like humans, there are dogs who are city dogs, there are dogs who are nature dogs, depending on the personality of your dog. By the way, I will be playing these videos with the sound and music a little bit later on, but this is a good content to share with you in the background as I'm explaining this. And that used to be my car, Jonah's Ark, as you can see, the business, right? And we used to go for a hike with bunch of dogs, but in this scenario I went with my own dog Harvey. We went for a little walk. So yeah, I want to get back to the your chat, and let's talk. There is one more point that I want to make. um, yeah. um, Lee Ray, it's great thing when the dog is trained to recall enough to be off leash like this. Yes, you know, you can do it. To anybody can do it. Anybody can achieve that goal of getting your dog to go off leash. It's just matter of investing a little bit of time in the beginning, especially in the beginning. You want to make sure that you focus on you know, building and improving the foundation, the basics, and then you start building up on that foundation. So what I mean by that is, I didn't just all of a sudden off leash Harvey on the on the. I even have a video of Harvey walking off leash on the street. It's not that I just went ahead and off leashed him. Let me see if I can find that video. Um, yeah, it's not that I so just maybe a big. Hold on. No, not this one. Um, it's not that all of a sudden I just went ahead and off leashed him on the streets, and I said, you know, go ahead and just be off leash. I took my time to make sure that he is well behaved. First of all, you know, all the foundation is set, all the basics have been developed, right? um, I know that Harvey knows exactly what I want from him. He listens to me, you know, like, you know, he obeys me, not to in a form that he's a dictatorship or anything like that, but it's more of a we have a strong bond. So there's a street, and you know, he's off leash. I trust him 100%. I know what he's going to do. I know where he's going to go. I know I know him. You know, you got to have complete trust on your dog, and your dog has to have complete trust on you in order to do something like this, you know, off leashing your beagle or your dog on the streets. um, it you gotta have a good, you know, years of, that's what I'm saying, years of training, and also providing that daily 5 essential needs, the formula that I share. You know, you can get results like this if you want, if you follow a good formula, a good program. There it is, sitting on the other side and making sure the coast is clear, and then I asked him to cross the street. All these things, right? You could develop it, you could build it, you could have it, you could have the dog that is perfect dog for you as well. And you know, uh, that's one of the things that I do in my program. That's what I do. I teach dog owners to have a perfect dog. So if that's the goal for you, I have a program. You can learn about the uh, ins and outs of how to have that perfect dog, that you can do things like that. You can have a dog who's reliable, listens to you, you're deeply connected to your dog is deeply connected to you, and you can trust each other and have that opportunity to off leash or you know walk in nature off leash. So if that's something that you're interested, make sure that um, you check out my website, sarodogtraining.com. I have a plan which is called Perfect Dog Training and Coaching Plan. If you want to work with me and get the results that you're seeing on the screen, you want to get it. I will be happy to help you. Let me see. Sunny Jam, I think, has a question. How can I stop my terrier mix from chewing up his bed? I put anti-chewing spray, but after a few days he chews it again, but in a different spot. So you know what I'm gonna say. If you haven't been with me for a while, or you don't know me well, here's an opportunity. Let me bring my content that I need to share with you. uh, so one of the reasons, I mean, the main reason why your dog is doing this behavior, first of all, is not doing it to piss you off. It's not doing it to say, you know what, I'm gonna do this to ruin my mom's or my dad's life. That's not the reason. It's not doing it to piss you off. It's not doing it to make you feel bad. It's a signal. It's a sign. It's a conversation that your dog is having with you. Okay, is giving you a message. Mom, I'm not getting my daily 5 essential needs. What are those daily 5 essential needs? Let me bring it closer so you can see. It's providing your dog's daily 5 essential. I just mentioned it briefly. Um, Exercise. You have to provide your dog, right? Your terrier mix is saying to you that, Mom, I'm not getting enough exercise. You're not training me. I'm not getting that training. I'm not having enough socialization. Maybe you're caring for me too much and you're sharing a lot of affection, but I'm not getting my top 5 daily needs, which is needed to be provided in this order. Okay, so because you're not providing your dog's daily 5 essential needs, your terrier is your terrier can't sit with you and say, Mom, let's have a chat. Here's what's going on. They can't. They can't have a chat with you. So what they do action. They take actions. I'm sure he's been trying to tell you in other ways, subtle ways. He's been trying to tell you this, that, Mom, I'm not getting my daily 5 essential needs, in a very subtle way, and you didn't get it. You missed it. You didn't listen to it. So your dog says, you know what? I'm gonna have to kick it up a notch because my message is not clear, is not getting it. So I'm gonna, you know, chew on my bed. Hopefully this will, get my mom to pay attention. And it did, right? Why it did? Because now you're asking me this question, because now you're frustrated because your dog is chewing on the bed, right? And now you heard your terrier's message. Finally, Your mom is hearing me, is listens, is can hear me, can feel what I'm going through. So that's what he's trying to tell you, right? And what is he trying to tell you? Is trying to tell you that I'm not getting my daily 5 essential needs, which are proper amount of exercise, which is physical stimulation. I need training, which is mental stimulation. Training, it shouldn't be a chore. You should be training your dog every day. I train my dog every day. And it's not a, like, I'm not training my dog as a soldier every day. I'm training it using play and praise as a reward system, right? We're playing and training. That's very important. I'm not just telling my dog to sit and sits and I give treats. I say stay and I give treats. No, that's not training. That's bribing. That's called bribing in my mind, because you're not training. You're trying to get the dog to work, to do something, and you're paying it with treats, and you're saying, oh, that's called training. That's not training. Training should have a lot of um, purposes and reasons behind it. When I'm training my dog, I'm building a bond with my dog. I'm building connection. I'm creating a clear communication system between me and my dog. I'm having fun with my dog. I'm paying attention to my dog. I'm interacting with my dog. I'm socializing with my dog. A lot of things are going on when I'm training my dog. I'm playing with my dog, right? When I'm playing with my dog, there's a good opportunity for me to train my dog as well. So eh, back to number one, exercise. You provide exercise, physical stimulation, you provide training, mental stimulation, you provide socialization, social stimulation, you provide care, which is physiological stimulation, and you provide affection, which is um, emotional stimulation. So you have to stimulate your dog every day. And most dog owners, they focus on maybe care. They care for their dog a lot. Oh, that will solve the problems that I have with my dog. Or they share affection. Let me give affection to my dog, so that will hopefully stop that behavior. And maybe they exercise their dog with a little bit of a walk, and they say, oh, that should make my dog happy. Yes, they are part of it, but that's not how it will work for you. You have to make it in a way and provide it in a way that it works for you. And the way you provide that is, first of all, provide good exercise, proper amount of exercise for your dog, proper amount of training every day with your dog, a good socialization, provide good care, and then after you've done all these, then you share affection. And once you do that, once you follow this formula, you'll see that your terrier's behavior is going to change. So, in brief, don't take it as your dog is pissed at you, is doing it to piss you off, is telling you, please help, mom. I need help. I need you to provide my um, daily 5 essential needs. So please do. I hope that makes sense. Okay. And let me go back to the next question from Cynthia. Um, did you have a problem with recall when you're walking your dog in the woods? Were they on or off leash? So I always suggest dog owners to improve the basics. So what I mean by that is, you want to make sure, first of all, you have a relationship, a connection with your dog. First of all, a good relationship, good bond, good connection with your dog. because then you can start building a stronger bond and connection and communication with your dog. Then you can start communicating to your dog after you have a good, solid bond and connection. If you don't have a relationship with your dog, you can communicate to it, right? So then you start building the communication. Communication is the training. Training is where it becomes uh, the time that you start building that communication. You're and when you're doing that, you're building different layers of bond and connection with your dog. So training is the next layer, and when you're training your dog, you make sure that all the basics of dog training has been fulfilled and accomplished. So what I mean by that is there are about 7 main commands of obedience commands, for example, that a dog should learn and should know, which are sit, stay, calm, heel, down, stand, um, wait. These are the 7 commands that I teach, right? I think those are the 7 commands that you should teach your dog, right? So I make sure, so sit, stay, calm, calm recall, which is recall as well. I make sure that my dog comes to me 100% of the time. First of all, I don't call my dog if I know that it may not come, so I don't call my dog. I make sure that all the time, whenever I call my dog, it always comes. There's a 100% chance that he or she will come to me. I make sure that. So I accomplish the basic level of obedience to make sure all those 7 commands has been embedded in my dog's brain. And then I go to the next level, which is intermediate level, and then I go to the next level, which is advanced level. So in basic level, for example, I'm 6 feet away from my dog and I say come, and my dog comes, right? That's success. I'm embedding the information in my dog. In intermediate level, 12, 20, 30 feet away from my dog and I'm saying come, and my dog comes. Boom, I get 100% results there for a while. And then I go to advanced level. And advanced level, for example, I'm way far from my dog, over 30 feet, or I have my back on my dog and I'm saying Rover come, and Rover comes right away. If I accomplish that, if I accomplish all those 7 commands in those levels, basic, intermediate, advanced level, then I would start working on having my dog off leash, but on a long leash, a 35-foot leash, to make sure that I have complete trust and connection with my dog, and test to make sure that everything is working fine and I can trust my dog and my dog is really trusting me and bonding with me. Once I have accomplished all those, then I off leash my dog. So all that I just explained takes almost a year to accomplish. So I don't off leash my dog for a year, but I work on it for a year until I get the results that I want. So I know when I was taking, I knew and I know when I take my dogs on the walk in the woods, I call them, they will come right away, right? So whether they on or off leash, I know they will come. So I make sure everything is safe and done properly before I off leash my dogs. I hope that makes sense. Lee Ray says my Samoyed was so social. He loved the dog park. He also loved the beach. There you go. There are, you know, I would. That's the thing. Some dogs love those. Like there are dogs who don't like the beach. Like for example, Harvey. Harvey, he likes water, but he doesn't voluntarily go in there and swim in it. He dips himself in the water, as you saw in the video. I'll play those videos in full in a moment, um, and then we'll continue with the Q&A as well. Um, so yeah, I mean, some dogs love nature, some dogs love the beach, some dogs love the park, but there are dogs who don't like the dog park or the nature. They get overwhelmed with it. And I think overall it's a you have to go with the personality of your dog. Is your dog really enjoying what you're offering it, right? um, and if it's enjoying it, is it beneficial for the dog, right? So let's watch the next video of Harvey being in the woods. I hope you enjoyed that. By the way, that was a secret spot that I used to take some of my students and some of my clients to this spot because it was kind of hard to get to. But once you were there, it was like a heaven, right? So I used to take my students, my clients there and show them where it was, and we would spend some time there. I used to take my dogs there as well, and we used to hang out there and enjoy it and have fun there. So yeah, as you could see, Harvey, first of all, he was dipping in the water. He doesn't swim kind of like, just a lab or anything like that. He just dips halfway and goes and just walks in the water. Um, but the the surprising thing was that many dogs or dog owners or many beagle owners would see me, or I would post these videos on my channel. They would say, how the hell did you get your dog to be off leash, get your beagle to be off leash and well behaved? That's the key, right? The secret to having a good well behaved beagle is following the formula, following the plan, following the the understanding of a beagle, understanding of a dog, and working towards a goal. You can't just wishy-washy hope that your beagle is going to listen to you someday. Uh, you have to do your part. You have to work with your dog and do it properly in a way that your beagle can be 100% reliable and listening to you. And again, if you want to achieve that goal, make sure to visit my website, sarodogtraining.com, apply for the program. Um, there, there is a link that you can apply for the program that I have, which is Perfect Dog Training and Coaching Plan. Um, the reason I say apply is because I don't work with everybody. I work with certain people who are willing to commit and do their part, right? And that requires a little bit of commitment, right? So if you want to work with me and get the results that you're seeing at the moment, and we'll watch one more video a little bit later on, let's get back to questions. Uh, Shalom or Shalom, yeah. Saro, how do you stop a dog from lunging and trying to escape and run after other dogs? Please advise. Neighbor's dog is barking and lunging and being noisy and lacks self-control. uh, so, so this is your neighbor dog. It's not your dog. So the reason this dog is lunging and trying to escape and run after other dogs, I'm sure is because, and I want to make sure that you guessed it right. I just explained uh, why. It's because this dog is not getting proper exercise. You know, probably is locked in the yard all day long. It doesn't get proper exercise. Doesn't get mental stimulation. It's all stressed all day. It's not getting socialized, proper socialization. We don't know if getting proper care or affection or not, but definitely is not getting proper exercise, training, and socialization. So that is causing it to become that way. You know, dogs, if they don't get their needs met, they will get stressed and they will react. They will behave that way, right? Even your dog, if your dog, for example, is reactive or not listening to you, it's aggressive, it's reactive to other dogs and cats and all these things and like that, it's a clear sign that you're not providing your dog's daily 5 essential needs. And it's like humans. If let's just think of it this way: if you're as a human being, if you are not getting what you need on daily basis, let's say me, right? I'm going to talk about myself, but you can put yourself in your dog's place as well. If I don't get my cup of coffee on daily basis, right, and if I don't have access to internet, if I don't have access to my car, if I don't have access to my TV, if I don't have access to my walks and exercise and workout, to go play soccer, if I don't have access to have my wife with me all most of the time, if I don't have my dogs with me all the time, if I and overall, if I don't get to eat what I want to eat, you know, I feel like eating burger today. If I don't have access to that, you know, if I feel like eating uh, steak, if I don't get those access to those needs, I get stressed. I get, life is not fun, right? It's not fun. You get angry, you get depressed, you get anxious, you get stressed. For example, from dog's point of view, if they're eating every day the same kibble, dry food, it's like eating cereal every day. It's not fun. It's not it's not joyful, right? My dogs, knock on wood, are able to eat variety of foods. One day they eat chicken, one day eat beef, one day eat pork, one day eat fish, and all that variety, right? Luckily I'm able to provide those for them. So that itself is reducing the some of the stress and anxiety in their lives from their lives, right? So this is the reason why most dogs have behavioral issues, right? Um, and it's a clear sign that this dog is not getting its needs met, right? So that's the reason. How do you stop the dog from lunging and trying to escape and run after other dogs? You provide that dog's daily five essential needs. And what are those? Exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. And it has to be provided in this order. I hope that makes sense. Cynthia says, my questions were answered through your videos and chats. That's great. Uh, thank you for advice. You're welcome. Do you have advice for dogs that want to chase cats? Have you discussed that in one of your videos? Um, no, I haven't. Maybe I should talk about that too. Thank you for the suggestion. I'll see if I can make a lesson out of this. But overall, when a dog chases cats, there are two things happening. One is the drive of the dog that is uh, reinforcing the behavior, and two, guess what? The dog's daily needs is not provided. Right? Uh, let's talk first about the drive, and then I'll talk about the needs. The drive is, there are certain breeds of dogs that are bred to chase. Right? I'm not sure what kind of dog you have, but if your dog is excited to chase cats, there's an opportunity for your dog's breed and drive to reactivate, right? And it's part of the breed. They feel like, that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to chase things. It doesn't have to be cats. Could be anything that moves. Your dog probably chases. So chasing is something that it's breed related, drive related. Um, but also, for example, just because you have beagles, I have beagles, it doesn't mean that my beagle is gonna spend the entire time of the walk on sniffing, for example, or chasing rabbits. One of the things that I work on and teach my students in my program as well is learning and teaching the dog to turn on and off the breed. What that means is if your beagle is 100% beagle, there is a chance that your beagle is going to be having the urge to chase rabbits or put its head down and not listen to you at all, right? When they start sniffing, they turn off all other senses so they don't hear you or listen to you at all, right? Um, so what that causes is um, so-called dog owners, they say misbehavior. No, that's the breed, right? The drive in that dog, in that beagle, is that. So you can teach the dog to turn on and off the drive. So the way you do it is by training. right? You train the dog to beagle to turn on and off the being a beagle and being a pet. So you can teach your dog to not chase cats or chase cats, right? Um, there are certain times and opportunities that you want to allow your dog to chase things, right? Because that's part of their breed, um, part of their breed. So you want to allow your dog to chase things. In this case, your dog is choosing to chase cats. Um, Overall, you want to teach your dog to chase, to control its um, drives, but also you want to allow your dog to do its what it's meant to be, right? If it's a beagle, they need to sniff. If it's a greyhound, they need to run. If it's a uh, bully, they need to just chill, lie down, right? Right. If it's a Samo, he has to play, right? Uh, any the breed, you have to consider the breed as well, right? Now, how do you turn on and off that breed characteristics is by, again, providing your dog's daily 5 essential needs and specifically and especially focusing on training, right? That way you can stop your dog from chasing cats. Hope uh, Good luck with that. Hope you get the um, yes, my dog gets lots of exercise but can't resist the chase. Yeah, that's because of the breed. The breed overruns the 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 dog, right? Uh, it's it's like you provide everything for that dog, but yet the 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 breed characteristics are still there, right? And they want to express. You have to give the opportunity to express that uh, uh, breed characteristic. So I would say I'm not sure what kind of dog it is, but it's one of those dogs who likes to chase. You have to play. I can't remember what the name of the gadget is. It's a stick attached a toy or a scent or a fabric or something is attached to a rope. The rope is attached to a stick, and you take the stick and you run it around, and the dog chases that. So that's one of the things that you can do to redirect the chasing of the cats to that. At the moment, I can't remember what's the name of that toy. Um, Tori Anna says, I just got a puppy. I appreciate your tips. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I'm happy that you're enjoying these tips, and I'm hoping that you have subscribed to the channel as well. Make sure to subscribe. There are lots of content coming up next year, and I'm very excited for future. And there are lots of content on my channel that you can go ahead and enjoy them as well. Dog aggression specialist says, how would you teach calm to a dog that lives in a lively household so he can be relaxed before a walk? Um, how would you teach calm to a dog that lives in a lively household so he can be relaxed before a walk? Um, Before a walk to be relaxed, I would I would take that dog if there is a yard or in the house. I would play with that dog for 20 minutes, half an hour, just to bring that excitement level down. Um, Personally, what I do and what I teach is play and train at the same time. You want to make sure that you're stimulating the dog both physically and mentally. That will drain the dog energy level more, and that way you will have a calmer walk as well. Not only calmer walk, but calmer dog overall. You know, um, and how would I teach? I would, instead of teaching, I would train the dog during the play session that I do. So I use play and praise as a reward. So play, I would do play and train at the same time. That's how I train and play, teach the dog to calm down. Because if a dog is excited, I think most of the time, one of the things that we can do is just play with that dog. That, exercise needs some physical stimulation, but I add mental stimulation in there too to make it a bulletproof activity. I hope that makes sense. Sunny Jam, thank you. This was so beneficial, and I'll give him the 5 daily needs. I'm glad you have learned to provide your dogs daily 5 essential needs. Um, and let me see, let me play this one as well. We'll play one more video of Harvey, um, and I'll catch up on the last few questions if there are. Um, yes, let's try this. Oh, what do we have here? We have a cute beagle. Hope you enjoyed that too. So let me just one more thing that I wanted to point out. One more thing that I wanted to point out was the results of this. There was a study done about, does it matter if dogs are walked in the city or in nature? I wanted to kind of show the results of the study and a couple of other things I wanted just to mention before we end today's live session. So let me bring this back, zoom in a little bit. So if you're walking your dog on the city streets are you in fact subjecting him to higher stress levels? The author summarizes our result. Our findings suggest that nature walks do not constitute a less stressful walk experience. This is based on the fact that there were no differences in cortisol level depending upon the type of walk the dog was given. This means that urban dwelling dog owners do not need to transport their pet to some green space in order for the dog to benefit from the walk. So this was the study that was done, and that's how I got kind of motivated to do this topic. And even though it says it doesn't really matter if you walk your dog in nature or in the woods, I still think that we need to promote walking in nature. It's beneficial for both humans and the dogs. Um, some of the benefits of walking a dog in nature is that dogs, they have four paws. They're literally connected to the earth. There's unlike humans who wear shoes, they don't wear shoes, so they're literally touching the ground. And when you touch the ground, which we call it the grounding, you get a lot of energy from the earth, right? You get energy that is positive, positive energy goes through your body, it benefits your body. So dogs are all the time connected to the earth if they're not living in an apartment building, for example. If your dog is living in an apartment building, there's concrete, carpet, and all these things, hardwood, and this and that. Those, they don't allow the dog to connect to the nature, to the ground at all. So you have to take your dog outside and allow your dog to connect to the ground. Uh, One of the unfortunate things about the city is that city is full of concrete. Concrete doesn't do as good form of connection than the soil and the dirt that is in nature. And grounding is not only beneficial for dogs, it's beneficial for you too. So if you could walk barefoot in nature, that would be great as well. Um, I try to do as often as I can as well. I go and um, I have a backyard, and we take off our shoes and we sit in the yard for 10, 20 minutes, connecting ourselves to the ground as our dogs do, and we recharge ourselves. So I think there is a benefit in both being in nature and in the city. In the city, your dog has to be socializing and learning how to cope with the environment of the city environment. It's That's where they're going to live most of the time if you're city person, if you live in city. So your dog benefits from being in the city, and also nature. Taking your dog to nature, I think it's good thing for both you and your dog, even though some of these studies, they say it doesn't really matter. I have to disagree with that study. Uh, as you know, nowadays you can't really trust science. You can't trust all these studies that been done. Uh, but just think of it this way: if you are in nature, if you are in the woods, I don't think there is any negative effects on you and your dog. I'm sure there is positive effects. So I would highly suggest you to take the time and opportunity as often you can to take your dog and yourself to the dog to nature. do some grounding, do some what is it called when you are in the woods, your what is it called? I can't remember the word. You're being exposed to trees, the nature. Um, hope comes to my mind. Um, you get, what is it called? Oh, forest bathing. Yeah, that's the word that I'm looking for. Forest bathing. It's good. You know, you get exposed to all those good stuff. Good for you. It's good for your dog. So one of the reasons why we moved out from the city to outskirts of city, to a small town, because we're literally, it's a small town that is surrounded by nature. So in the city, for example, where we used to live, the nature was there, only there, right? 5 minutes, but over there. But here we are surrounded by nature. Like at night, when I go in the backyard, I can hear cows mooing. I can hear coyotes crying. I can hear birds chirping. I can hear animals. Animals' nature is all over us or all around us. And I can see the sky. I can see the stars. I can literally feel, I feel like, you know, we're in the nature. We just have a house around the nature. That's how close and we feel. So we are surrounded by nature and it feels really good. One of the reasons we did move was because we wanted to be away from the city life. City life was just overall not healthy, you know, both mentally and physically and emotionally. We were not feeling happy being in the city. And I think dogs feel the same way too. They need that outlet, they need that opportunity to be out and about in nature and um, enjoy life the fullest that they can, right? So I hope you enjoyed today's session. I had fun, I enjoyed, and I hope I answered all your questions. John Cipolosa says, have a happy new year, everyone. Same to you too. Yes, I want to wish you all a happy new year. I can't believe within a couple of days we are in a new year. 2024 is just around the corner. Um, Personally, I have a positive feeling about the next year. I'm hoping that we will, all of us, we're going to have a good year. I'm looking forward to it. There are lots of new content that I'm working on to provide for you on my channel. There are lots of content that I'm working for my students as well. Uh, and there are lots of content that I'll be writing, doing podcasts, blogs, videos. All those things will be coming soon to my channel. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon as well, so you will get notified as soon as I post a new video or if I go live. If you want to work with me and you want to have your perfect dog, I have a perfect plan, um, which is called Perfect Dog Plan, coaching and training dogs. Um, if you want to work with me, all you have to do is set up a video call just so we have a little chat together so we can figure out if this program is the right program for you or not. All you have to do is go to sarodogtraining.com. The link is in the description as well. Um, don't forget to join my Instagram page. From Harvey and Annie, we wish you all the best for the new year. We wish you health and happiness. From me, my family, to you, I wish you all the best and I hope to see you in the new year. And I hope that we can create and work together to have the ideal life for us and our dogs. That's my goal. Happy New Year to you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I hope you enjoyed this session. And I'll see you in the new year. It would be probably in a couple of weeks that I'm going to go live. So I'll see you in the new year. And remember, have fun with your dogs. I'll see you then. Take care and have a happy new year.